Alright people, what is good? Back with another video, and I know I haven't done one of these in a while, but it's long overdue. And honestly, I've been pretty consistent with the top fives, but I need to do a better job at putting more content up. I haven't done a VF cast in a while, and I have a lot to say, but I just haven't been able to. Fairly busy, but I just need to balance time, so I do want to apologize for that. I am going to be doing my First and Frame Rate show on my First and Frame Rates channel. Now over there I mostly talk about like sports in general, not the gaming side of sports. That's what this channel is for, where I just talk about gaming in general. And I'm going to get into more stuff about that. A VF cast episode is going to be up really soon, so sorry about the wait, but I got more content coming over here, I promise. But shout out to Chris R. Chris R went to one of my old videos and I talked about the PS4, and apparently the CMOS battery issue has been fixed, and that is great because I was thought about getting rid of my PS4 at one point, and with that being said, I think it's update 9.00 for the PlayStation 4, and now they, got rid of the CMOS thing. And I thought it would, shout out to Chris R, because, most of the people who see this channel, this channel is very small. I'm pretty sure they're not going to come over here just with misinformation. So I kind of took his word for it. And then I went around YouTube and I saw other people making videos about it. And then they confirmed it. And this is amazing. Now, I'm going to tell you now, I'm probably going to be more inclined to just buy more physical copies of PlayStation 4 games. And I know my wife don't want to hear that. I hope she's not listening. But I think I'm just going to buy more PS4 games because I love collecting these games, like the games that I know I want. I just don't want to just buy just PS4 games because they're PS4 games, or just any game for that matter. But there are some games that I do want on PS4 physically that I was kind of, discouraged from not buying, because like, why would I buy it when the CMOS battery just probably kill my games off and I can't use them anyway. But this is really good news for the PlayStation 4. I mean, I'm not really worried about the trophies or whatever. If the trophy's not syncing properly with my username, if the CMOS battery dies or anything, I'm not really worried about that per se. But I just love having copies of games that I love, and copies that I want. To me, it's just a beautiful thing. Like, I have up in my game room where I have all my games just stacked up, like, on bookshelves, the ones that I love to play, and it's like I said, it's a great thing. I love having those games. So this is a really good day. Sony listened. There was a lot of backlash with that. Now, Sony's been doing a pretty good job of listening to things that the consumer wants for the most part. Same thing with the PlayStation 3 store. And unfortunately, the PSP side of the store is going to go. And I understand that. The PSP, like, I mean, who's really playing the PSP? I mean, I still have mine, but as far as the digital games, the PlayStation 1 games you can get on there, it sucks because there may be some games that's exclusive. I'm not really sure, but you never want to see a store go down. But I mean, like I said, the PSP is not that prominent that people still go there. Like the PS3 store has tons of content, and it would have been really detrimental for it to be not available. So it was kind of, that was a big deal. Kind of almost on the situation with the Wii store. That was a really big deal too. And I mean, when that closed, I was like really big on trying to get all the games I want, and I got most of the games that I wanted on that store. And the Wii U store is next, and I made a video about that, but. The Wii U store is next, and if you don't, and I know too many people may not have a Wii U, it's probably like going by the wayside of the PSP. But if you if you do have a Wii U, you might want to look at some of those games over there. There are high quality retro games that look really good on your Wii U if you choose to play that way. I mean, there's some TurboGrafx 16 games that I have, and there's some Super Nintendo games that I just like playing on that system because, we all do this whole thing with upscaling or whatever. The Wii U is probably one of the easiest ways to upscale some of these games, and they look really good. The NES, maybe not so much. They're all right, but the Super Nintendo and TurboGrafx and Nintendo, what is it, Game Boy Advance? I mean, those games are like look really good on there, and I got some Game Boy Advance on there, and I love playing Game Boy Advance games, but I just don't like playing handheld games too much, So it's a really good option. But overall, this whole CMOS game, I went down a rabbit hole, but this whole CMOS thing is like really good. I'm glad that Sony listened, and maybe we can get Xbox to do the same thing. Maybe we can get, you know, them to just say, hey, 360. I think the 360 has a problem, but maybe we can get the 360, the Xbox One, and the Xbox Series. You know, they can get rid of that as well. Because I mean, I understand you want games tied to the internet for data purposes, and I think that's mainly what it is. A lot of people like they want to keep track of trophies or whatever, and I think that's a part of it. But like I said, that's a part of the data. I think they use it for data purposes, like who's playing what at what time, and I think that's the main issue behind it, because they get the data of who does what and what trophy or what achievement has been unlocked or whatever the case may be, and they use that stuff. They use the information to sell things to us. That's what they do. They use that information to sell it to us. They sell the information in the form of X amount of people played this game, so this game is cool. Buy this game or buy this other game as well, or they'll know what demographic to go after. I mean, it's so many things that's behind this tied to online thing. Why your system has to be tied to it. So, but kudos to PlayStation 4. Whenever the CMOS battery dies or whatever, you can still play your games. It doesn't like kill your system off, because it's one thing to get the users for data purposes, but for just to kill your games and you're not able to use them, that's just ridiculous. I mean, the Dreamcast has this issue with their battery where, like, if you have a Dreamcast, you cut the Dreamcast on, it has like this real big, it resets the date every time. It's because your CMOS battery is dead, but you can still play your games. And it's funny how these older systems don't have the issue, but like I said, it's all about data. It's all about data at the end of the day, in my opinion. I mean, maybe somebody could tell me differently, but I think it's about collecting data. So, that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to finish up my dinner. I'm going to spend some time with the fam. And like I said, later on, I'm going to be doing the First and Frame Rate show. Once everything's settled down for the night, I'm going to do about an hour, 45-minute show where I talk about everything around football. And then I got one more day of work this week, and I'm good. So it's just been busy. It's been a really busy week, but I'm maintaining. I'm making it through, and thank you guys if you made it this far. You guys are excellent. I really, really appreciate it. Not only with this small channel, but my other channels doing very well. And if you guys don't know anything about it, go over there and check it out. It may be a little different from the gaming side, but you might be interested. So I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys be blessed. You guys be easy. Peace.